All right, greetings everyone. It is Saturday, 4/4/20. What's happening with everybody? So glad to see you. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. I am going to do some article reactions. That's what I'm going to call them because I do react to the articles. They just surprise me, and so that's what I want to do. But I hope everyone is doing well. Um, I'm doing pretty good. It's my health doing pretty good. I'm actually fighting the fact of the mental part of having to kind of stay put. That's a little challenging, but I'm making it. You know, I'll be all right. I will be all right. And I mentioned some things to do, some of the things I need to start doing a little bit more of, but I do mention some things to do, and I'm going to show us article actually. And I'll do that because that's the saddest article I have. Everything else is, a little bit better as far as speaking of it. Now, I also wanted to mention to everyone because I know I mentioned it, I think yesterday, that they are suggesting that you wear a cloth mask when you're out. They are suggesting that. So go ahead and do that, you know. And if you don't have one, it's all right. Get you a bandana, fold it. Once you fold it, put a rubber band at the end of at the end. You can use that to clip around your ears. So it'll be holding a bandana, which is now your mask, and around your ears. You can adjust it however you want. Because most bandanas, if you fold them, it's going to go at least maybe past your ears. So you should be straight. But that's something, and that's better than nothing. Most people have them. If you don't have one, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get it at a dollar because most of those type of stores are closed. So you can go to your drugstore and find them in the hair area, which will be your Walgreens, Rite Aids, CVS pharmacies, and stores like that. I wouldn't pay more than $3.99. You can find it for less than that, hopefully. Target, um, wherever you can find it, check it out. So you can make your own mask. Keep that in mind. Also, the checks should be out. The stimulus checks will be they're going to be mailed April 17th to let you know that. Now, you have to have filed your a 2018 tax return. If you haven't filed 2019, that's okay, but you would have had to have filed a 2018. So that way they can already have you in the system and be real simple and easy to go ahead and just go ahead and send it to you. However, you were getting it, whether it was paper or electronic, that's how they're going to give you the money. So starting April 17th. Also, another stimulus bill is coming. My guess is going to be more the medical side of it. As soon as I get more information about it, I will give it to everyone. My next live stream will be Friday. And I mentioned yesterday I might start doing a Saturday one only because I'm in the house and there's not a lot of people that's really giving that information out there. At least I don't see a lot of it. So because I say that, I'm like, well, let me do it. Maybe it's just where I go. I don't see a lot of that talk. And yes, it can be kind of sad to hear, but this is something we're dealing with every day. It affects us every single day. You go out the house, you stay in the house, doesn't matter. Things are changing, and we need to know that. Also, if you have a gig, which is like the Ubering and stuff like that, I did mention that you will now be eligible for unemployment. But what I forgot to mention last night is you need to have your tax info available. Have that on hand because they're going to request some things that's off of there. So I'm not sure what it looks like. I didn't dig into what that actually looks like, but do have your tax documents information on hand. Now, if you are, let's say you applied Friday. Well, that's too soon. Let's say you applied Wednesday because I think they made the announcement early last week and you got a denial that fast. Don't just take that as a denial because, again, the information is a little slow. They made some adjustments. Go ahead and file it again. Not immediately. Give it maybe a week from now and go ahead and apply for it again because you are eligible. It's a lot of stuff that's back and forth, up and down. It's hard to stay current. If I was at the White House, maybe I'll be able to go live and give you the information as I get it. But I don't have that, so what can I do? And that's just that. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, and then as far as with unemployment, there are certain days that you'll be able to file, and that's just really for the regular people. It may apply to you all too that have the gig economy. I don't know. It's possible, but if it does, it will be on the site, and it will tell you if your last name starts between A and K, Monday and Tuesday, or whatever the dates may be. So keep that in mind, okay? So that's the update on that. And now I'll go into the articles. Let me share my screen. Da, 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 da. Greetings, Ruby. Greetings, greetings. I think I typed it in the chat room to you. I'm not certain, but greetings if I did not. All right, let me see here. Let me share my screen and get into this first article. And like I said, I'll go into the saddest article and get that out the way because I want some light here at the end of the tunnel. And this one is this particular guy who was 34 years old and he taken his life because he was unable to deal with that isolation from this, you know, coronavirus. 34 years old. Now he did have he was bipolar. He did have that, but it can happen to anyone. I just want you all to know. I mentioned just yesterday that as far as with that sunshine, I'm not digging the fact that I don't have any sunshine. It's cloudy here a lot of times, and it affects me. We're coming out of winter. Just think about it. We're coming out of winters. We just changed our clocks, and I'm isolated. So you got that going on. So you got the isolation. You have the virus going on. Information just and everybody of course wants to know where's it coming from? How did it get here? Blah blah blah. Today you can do this, tomorrow you can't. It's a lot. I can just imagine someone that's dealing with some mental issues, some medical issues, and they're dealing with having to be isolated. That is nothing to laugh about. I saw in the comment section that someone said he had, had a problem already. Okay, all right. Because I actually found an article on Facebook and I pulled it off of YouTube. I mean, off of Yahoo. But the point of the matter is, he was reacting to his situation. And like I said, a lot of people can be dealing with things because a lot of us are not even diagnosed. Just that's the other thing. We walking around here acting up in here, and we got some problems, you know. So that's the other thing. Some of us just got some serious problems, just haven't been diagnosed yet. So again, We got to find something to do during this time because word is it's going to be past April 30th. That is some of the news that I'm running into. It's going to be past that time. So I just want you all to just keep that in mind as possible. So what can you do? You got to find something to do. You have to find something. Now they're saying, yeah, you can go out for a walk, those type of things. Depends on where you live. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you're just used to a closed gym, but you got to do something. And there's a lot of exercises they're doing online. They're streaming it. That's cool. That's cool. People are doing that now. But you got to do something. Do some reading online. Just something to kind of occupy your mind. Oh, let me welcome the classic Ruby, everyone.
Guys, yeah. Thank you. Uh, you know, depending on where you live, walking might become a challenge. I mean, here, for example, in Toronto, they've now passed a law that there's a $5,000 fine for you walking within, it would be like, let me see, about 6.5 feet, because it's 2 meters. So 6.5 feet, with you have to keep a 6.5 feet radius around you at all times of space. So
Okay.
if you're closer than 6.5 feet away from someone else, you can get fined $5,000 unless you prove that you live with that person.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand. Everybody's situation is different. Now here they told us we can go out for short walks or whatever, but they are asking you to, watch your social distancing, the 6 feet. They are asking you to do that.
Hmm.
So you can take a walk and like, oh, there they go, and go to the other side, move on over. But um, I'm actually not finding a lot of people that are out. And
Hmm.
I realized today, um, after I got back home and put up my groceries, that I haven't seen any children.
Hmm.
I haven't seen anyone under the age of 14 in about 2.5 weeks.
Oh
I just
yeah.
realized that.
Hmm.
I just sat down. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to the children?
Where did they go? His parents got them locked up tight, um, you're definitely not going to let your kids go out and play by themselves because they don't care about the rules and they don't really even understand the rules half the time. So you're going to have to go out with them, and then all of this social distancing. You're afraid that your kids are going to catch this thing, so it's just better for you to just keep them trapped inside, basically, and to find fun things for them to do. Hopefully you live in a house. If you live in an
Yeah,
apartment right now, in a small apartment, and you got a couple of kids, oh my gosh, they are probably going stir crazy right now because no one's letting
yeah,
their kids outside.
that's true. And
Right?
that makes me go to the next article, unless you had a few more things on that to mention.
Mm. Just to say, and here's the thing, right? I mean, I know there's a lot of fear now because they just announced recently, oh my God, it's airborne. Before it used to be that you have to sneeze or cough. Like by definition, if you can sneeze and cough and pass something on, that's airborne. Right? So coughing and
Yeah,
sneezing just pushes your air further out because it's a lot of force. But like it was always airborne, so I don't want people to get the wrong impression that like, oh my God, before it wasn't airborne. No, viruses are normally airborne, right? Someone coughs in the area, they spread all their germs 10 feet away from them, and you were 10 feet away. Lucky you caught it, right? So it's one of those things where common sense, right? Common
yes,
sense from cold and flu season. Just use your common sense from cold and flu season. Be a little bit more vigilant, obviously, especially if, like me, you're somewhere where there's all kinds of laws now that are preventing you from going outside. My husband literally has to have a piece of paper and carry it with him at all times that proves that he is an essential worker, so he has a valid reason for being out on the street. Like they are,
Yes, I've heard that.
yeah, they're just pulling people over and randomly checking. Why are you outside? Are you about to go to an illegal gathering of more than 5 people? Like they're really doing this. So, use your common sense for cold and flu season, but also with the law, because, you don't want to get, forcibly quarantined or locked up or something crazy right now, over this virus. I'll just say that.
That's right. You sure don't.
Mhm.
Now there are some people being locked up, and
Mhm.
that brings me to my next article.
Okay.
Um, the Minnesota governor, he had announced that 2/3 of the police calls were domestic violence related during the first weekend of the
Wow.
stay-at-home order. And what that means is people getting on each other's nerve.
Mhm.
What you looking at? You still here? Ain't you got someplace to go? Oh darn, no, you don't.
No, dang.
Dang.
Man, can't you just go take a nap or something? Just be somewhere that's not here. Just not here. Just not in my space. Right? Like,
Yeah. Why the kids making all that noise? You can't. You got something else to do? Something? What you
mm,
doing? And I already know what the well, all the parents are. It's not even one I was gonna say the men, but I think it's both parents.
hmm. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, people are figuring out that they don't actually like their significant other, and it's been a long time since they did. They can't even remember when they used to like this person, but it was okay because it didn't matter, right? They didn't spend enough time together for them to know they didn't like each other until now, where it's forced, right? Can't go to work, can't go out with your friends, can't go take a walk, can't go hang out with the neighbors. So all those things you used to do because you don't really like this person you live with, you can't do now. Now the only option you have if you're bored, if you're lonely, you want some socialization, is to go talk with, your spouse. And now you're like, "Oh my god, how was I staying in this relationship for so long?" Right? Like,
I can imagine them. I can just imagine some of the conversation. What are you doing? You eat that? I'm not eating that. You don't know how to cook? I thought you. So what you been feeding me? What you been giving the kids? Look here now, Pop Tarts 5 days in a row is enough. What is that
mhm.
thing on your head? What? Why I smell like that? What are you doing? You need a bath. Uh,
Mhm.
man, what is those things sticking out your nose? What?
Mm, mm,
Could you
mm.
move over? You're taking all the cover. Dang, you hot. It ain't hot in here.
You're hot.
I can imagine all those
Mhm.
conversations.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the thing is, I have been that person where they say that one of the best tests of a relationship is for you to go on a vacation with them. Like if you haven't gone to that next level yet, you want to see if maybe you can go on a vacation with them. Because it's one thing to see someone once a week or whatever. It's another thing to be trapped in a hotel room with someone for 7 days, right? Um, and I think that's what's happening. A lot of people don't realize, like, they were building this idea of a relationship and this idea of a family, but when did they have family nights? When did they hang out with each other? When did they work together to do anything? It's like, it annoys me so much when she does this, so I'm just gonna go do this while she's doing that, and you don't realize you've been doing that for 10 years,
Right.
right? So,
Yep. Yep. You look up like, oh.
mm,
But
don't
that's
don't
true
don't
though.
like.
That is a long time to be in the house with someone, and depends on the amount of space you have and the amount of people in it at one time.
Mhm. Mhm. As I said, if you have a house like at least 2 floors, maybe three, whatever, lots of space, you can all retire to some floor of the house. But if you're in an apartment, 2, 3 bedroom apartment with like 5 people or more, like, ooh, I could tell you, just having two people in this one bedroom condo is much harder than having two people in a house. Because if I can't stand your life right now, I can just say, I'm going to live on the top floor of the house. You're going to live in the basement and we'll just never see each other. Right. Just like we'll coordinate what times we go to the kitchen to get stuff. So I don't have to see your face today. Right. Like I just can't stand you. But you can't do that in an apartment. Like it's a box. You're sharing one bathroom. That's the worst thing, too. Right? You have no idea what someone's daily bathroom habits are until you are stuck in a house with them for 7 days. You don't realize how often they might go to the bathroom at work or at somewhere else that isn't your house, dominating your bathroom when you need to go because this is your regular time to go. You know what I mean? It seems like every time you want to go to the bathroom, it's stunk up now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like all those little irritations, just little irritations. They don't have to be big things. It's just little things that build up and build up because you can't get rid of this person because they just won't go away because they can't. Right? Like,
And you definitely
I,
don't know about that odor.
oh, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, why can't you just, oh, because I've been there, right? I've been in that situation, right, where I had a live-in boyfriend, and it wasn't until we decided to take like a vacation. It was like a staycation. We thought we really wanted that we realized how much we don't really know each other, and everything about the other person irritates you. Like you eat too loudly. Why do you smack your lips when you eat? Why do you do this? Why are you so ignorant with this? Like it wasn't until we forcibly spent all our time in the same room with each other that we realize like I don't think that this is going to work out long term, right? Because like our patterns just don't fit. They don't fit. I don't ugh, I can't stand you, like
If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
right. Yes. Vacate all relationship now immediately.
Also, want to mention that I want to give a shout out to Brandon Meek Speaks. His music is the music that I play
Hmm.
and on the show a lot of times. And also, I played it for the intro when I started this stream. That's another
Hmm.
thing. And if you support him, he has a monthly drawing, and
Hmm.
I won. Oh yeah.
Me too, Char. Yay! I won a couple months ago. I won in January. Um, and it's so funny because I missed one drawing. I missed the drawing that I won, but I didn't realize I missed it. So the next drawing that happened, the February one, I'm watching it, right? And I'm like, how come my name's not on the Patreons? I'm a patron. I don't understand, right? So like I sent like a joke email, like, haha, you forgot me on your list. Like that, right? But yeah, okay, I felt a little bit low key salty about it. I'm like, how come I'm not in the drawing? This ain't cool. And he's like, so you haven't been paying attention much, have you? I'm like, yeah, I do. I pay attention all the time. What do you mean? And he's like, so you didn't watch last month's drawing? I'm like, yeah, I did. I watched like every drawing, right? And he's like, maybe you should just go back and watch last month. And I'm like, why? Will you explain why it is I'm excluded? What I'm supposed to feel good about this? Like, it didn't even occur to me that I won, right? It didn't. Like, because I like never win anything. So I was so excited. I won. Like, I could not believe I won. It's like, yay, me! It's me, guys. It's like,
Yeah.
so now, what did you win? So did you just win this month?
Yeah, I just won Wednesday, and I let them know that Wednesday, which is another plug, I am on air
Mm-hmm.
supporting GSRN, which is
Mm-hmm.
DJ Music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
play it for you. I'm sharing a screen, but I'll play the audio.
Ooh, so this is what you won? Okay, let's go.
Let's see.
Or contributed to a live stream show. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Let's see who the winner is.
Who the winner? Who the winner?
Char Willie. Char Willie is the winner this month. right on to Char Willie. Char Willie is a great person. She supports a lot of content creators on YouTube and I think also on Facebook here lately. But very glad that you won. So I need you to email me your shipping address so I can get the coffee mug out to you. Congratulations to you for winning. Very glad to get a prize out to you. And this
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I
Aww.
appreciate you too. So thanks so much and shout out to Brandon Meeks. You guys can check his channel out, which I will put in the chat room.
Mhm.
Um, he
It's some
does
good stuff.
different type of music, jazz, mostly jazz, but it's really good. He has some great
Hmm.
music and beats.
He does, just to let y'all know as well. I mean, I love Brandon Meeks' music. I love the fact that, in this day and age, he's not just saying, well, I'm just going to do the same old thing, right? And it's, I love the jazz. And so his music has been the background for all of my videos since I started doing music a couple years ago. So um, definitely someone to
Okay.
check out. Yeah. So we're both pro. Hey, listen, if we both of us, right? Not because we discussed it with each other, because I didn't even know that you were using Brandon Meeks music too. Decided, hey, this is definitely music I want on my videos. That's telling you guys something. That's all I'm saying. Check it out.
Yes, he has great music, and I'm just so appreciative. And he emailed me something earlier today. I didn't get a chance to check it out, um, but I'll more than likely be using that as well.
And just to let
Hey,
people know.
Michael.
Oh,
Hmm.
sorry. Go ahead. I just want to say, just to let people know too. I mean, being a patron of Brandon Meeks, he does do a lot of like cool little things. And he does actually stay in contact with his people. And so one of the things that he did was he was naming like he had to find names for the songs on his new album, right? And so he drew a bunch of names again, and each person who won, that's their name is one of the tracks names, right? And so I won one of those, which was really cool last year. And so there's a song called Ruby now, like it's like I have a song, y'all.
Woohoo!
Yeah, right. So it's like so definitely something worth checking out as well, because I love when people do that. I love when they make that extra effort, and I love when we kind of are networking together. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like I really love the networking, and I love the fact that he took the time to recognize, even while he's doing a giveaway to you, to be like, oh, here's why y'all should love Char Willie. Like, he didn't have to do that, but he did. And I
he
love that.
didn't.
Hmm.
He didn't, and I really appreciate that. That was so kind of him.
Hmm.
And I have been supporting him for a while. Let's see. It's been a while, and I
Hmm.
appreciate meeting great people and to be able to keep in contact, help them, and a lot of times it comes back to you. You know,
Hmm.
it comes right back to you. A lot of people don't think it does, but it does. It comes right back to you. All they got to do is just.
Hmm.
That's why I say people first.
Right.
People
Absolutely.
first. That's
Hmm.
what it's all about. People first. If you do that, you're in good company.
Exactly. Oh, and for the record, y'all, because I don't want you to get it mistaken, is that there are two different wheels he spins. One is for his patrons, and one is for his subscribers. So even if you can't financially support or whatever right now, just for being a subscriber, he still spins the wheel for you. So definitely worth subscribing and checking out, right? If nothing else, then free. I'm sorry, I like free stuff. I can't lie, I do. So
Say, I'm
definitely
keeping it
worth it.
real.
Yeah, right. Listen, you get free stuff, you pass it on to all your friends. All your friends are going to be on the wheel to get some free stuff just for subscribing and supporting, right? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Free is a really good word, especially in COVID-19 times. That's all I'm going to say. Just,
Okay.
being honest.
Okay. And just think it's coming to me. I don't even have to go to it. So I really appreciate that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm definitely when I receive the prize, which will be it's the monthly drawing support, and it'll be one of his mugs. So I will be using that as an avatar when I get it, and that
Mm,
will be also supporting and advertising. You know,
nice. Yep. Mhm.
so keep
Ah,
that in mind. People first, okay? People first.
I'm the worst. I gotta check my PO box because I know he sent me that out a long time ago. I should check my PO
Oh
box and see if
boy.
I received it because maybe I did. Um, I
Shame,
don't know.
shame, shame.
I'm the worst human. I was just excited I got the free thing, right? Just the fact that I got something for free was enough for me, right? Apparently, not having the free thing, that seems to be okay. I'm okay waiting indefinitely for the free thing. I don't know. Um, clearly dysfunctional, but I am going to check my PO box because I was thinking something similar in my next video. I'll make sure that my gift is there. Just be a little bit extra promo.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. That's what we're supposed to do for each other. Yeah.
That's right. People first. I keep telling you. Then
Hmm.
money. Then
Exactly.
things. Got that from
Exactly.
Susie Orman, and I tell you, it works. It works.
Hmm.
All right.
Absolutely.
Now what I have on the screen now, there's a woman in Oak Park, Illinois. She had a bank account and $1,000 was missing from it, and the bank was not trying to help her. Not at all.
Mm.
I'm gonna attempt to share this. I know before I wasn't able to get any audio. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back out because I didn't hit the audio part because that'll be really cool to hear out of her own mouth what she has to say about it.
Mhm.
But the bank name is Chime. It's a online bank or electronic bank, I guess you'll call it.
Mhm.
They don't have a physical place, and I've heard of that place, that company twice. I've heard of that bank twice, and unfortunately, both times it was negative.
Oh.
So I don't know what it's about. If you have bad credit and you would do that, I don't know. But my opinion, I would look into it before I trust it. I'm able to
Mhm.
get some sound here because I don't know if it's because I'm doing different headsets, my settings. I don't know, but I'm going to try it and you let me know if you can hear it.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Right now I can't.
Oh boy. Oh, I do have
She
it.
reported the fraud to her bank.
Yes.
She said they didn't do anything about it. Well, this woman was in no position to lose that money, so she called I-Team consumer investigator Samantha Chapman. Sam, so glad you were able to help this woman out.
Yeah, Tanya. And this Oak Park woman, she called me in a panic. She says she was just trying to give money to her church when she learned hundreds of dollars from her bank account just disappeared.
Latoria Bryant was raised in the church.
The word of the Lord tried him.
She's a Christian woman. She says she makes sure to pay her tithes no matter what.
By giving God his 10%, and everything else will fall in place.
Conveniently, she says her church lets her pay her tithes online. But last month, when she tried to pay, her transaction was denied.
Something has to be wrong. I immediately went to the Chime app.
Chime is an online only bank. Consumers receive a Visa debit card and manage their account entirely from their smartphone. When Bryant checked, she says she saw 6 ATM withdrawals, totaling $1,002.50.
I'm holding my card in my hand, and I have not been out the house. So this
Mhm.
can't.
She says she called the bank and learned the transactions came from an ATM in the Bronx, in New York City. Problem is, she says she's never been to New York, ever.
Somebody's taking my money. My money is gone. That's everything. I can't pay the phone bill, or I can't pay the light bill.
And after the bank's investigation, she received this email saying, quote, "We have concluded no error occurred. Therefore, no funds will be credited to your account, and this claim is considered closed."
I didn't know how to go about getting my money back. All I know is that the people that I'm trusting with my money has told me that they are not giving me my money.
So Bryant reached out to the ABC7I team, and I got on the case. I reached out to Chime, and a spokesperson got back to me that same week, saying, quote, "While we cannot disclose private information about our members' Chime account, please be assured we take matters like this very seriously, and our member services and dispute teams are currently investigating the situation."
From the moment that you got involved, they got to moving.
The very next day, Bryant got an email from Chime, the email she'd been praying for.
They did find that an error occurred. I actually got $1,002.50 back, exactly what they took from me. Thank you, Jesus.
She calls this a blessing and is happy to share the good news.
If you need help with someone taking from you, taking something that you worked very hard for, I would say call Sam on your side with the I-Team. She rocks.
Thanks, Latoria. So she says she's already paid her tithes, and she did once as soon as she got her money back, and she's so happy that this problem is now behind her. But you may be wondering, how did this happen? Who took her money, and how can I be sure it doesn't happen to me? So a cybersecurity expert tells the I-Team she may have been a victim of skimming. That's when a scammer puts a device in a credit card machine to capture your information, including your PIN. And I have information on how to avoid skimming attacks. Visit our website at abc7chicago.com.
Tragic.
Wow. This.
Just tragic.
Oh, the next day. The next day. Can you like? That means y'all knew there was some problem. So, in and of itself, that is a little bit terrifying to know that they did do an investigation. It's not like they didn't do the investigation. They did it. So they knew there was a problem. They just decided they didn't want to give her the money back. So, no, there's no problem. You don't deserve a refund. No, wow. And the thing is, a lot of people I know are talking about online banking right now, getting one of these banks, because you can sign up from home, for free normally, get this set up. And during this time right now, where like literally there are lines around the block to be able to get into the bank just to use the teller, or sorry, the ATM and stuff to deposit checks, people are thinking, oh, online might be the way to go. But this really makes you do a double take, because it's online, so you have nowhere you can go and yell and scream and complain, or any face to hold accountable. And this was always my worry with these types of companies, is they're online. So what if it just disappeared tomorrow? What if I just went to go to the website tomorrow, it's just not there anymore, and neither is my money then, because the website doesn't exist? Now what? What do you do?
Exactly. And this is always look at the first of the year as the time that people do the most scamming.
Mm-hmm.
And they take advantage of all people. They're not going to leave anybody out. The young, the old, the sick, the poor, the rich. It doesn't matter. They're trying to find something.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned yesterday that the banks decided that they're going to close. They sent the emails out and they're like, sorry, we're going to be closed. You can do everything online.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I'm wondering how that would work for most of us. But in this particular case, what this bank was all together. And, she was really nice about it. But
Mm-hmm.
she had to actually get someone with cameras and all of that to go investigate this, put them on blast for them to just say, okay, yeah, we know what happened. Because it's no way, if they know what happened, as you mentioned, they know that. And if they were able to get away with it, they won't say, I'm not eating that cost. I'm not going to take that. So but they were put on blast and they're like, oh, okay, my bad. Let me go ahead. Dang, we got to get his money back. Darn. But yes, how are you going to be shisty to your own customers.
Mm-hmm.
What is that all about? No, I mean, just gave her some crazy rejection letter. Get out our face, lady. That's pretty much what it said. Get out
Yep.
of our face, lady. That's what
Oh
that
yeah.
letter actually was. It was coded. That's what it said. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what she had to do. Go to the news. That is just ridiculous.
Crazy. You know what makes me happy about this story though is the fact that the news only needed one person to start investigating this. I love that because and I also love obviously they went public with it, but I love that because what it does is it gives a little bit of peace of mind to anyone else who currently has a Chime account or some online account that you don't have to wait till it happens to 1,000 other people. Okay? This is literally your notice. If it happened to you, this is enough for you to bring to the news as being one person. You don't have to wait till it's a class action. You don't have to wait till 10,000 other people do it. You don't have to wait till it's some pretty
Hmm.
little white lady from, South Dakota or whatever. You don't have to do any of that. What you have to do is if it happens to you, you try to go through the bank, you know that you can prove everything that you're saying here, go to the news with it. That's your recourse
Exactly.
because they are so scared of the bad publicity. That is the only way to force them into doing the right thing, apparently.
And that is unfortunate. And there's a lot of places that those companies are sitting in there with their representatives offering you things. Because I remember when I went to have my taxes prepared, it might have been 2 years ago, and they were in there deep, walking around. Um, you have an account that didn't work, so they changed it because everyone had something. So they like, well, let's try it a different way. Um, you'll get this if you give us this. If you go ahead and sign up, we'll give you this. That, whatever it was, I wasn't interested. But they do have people walking around, and they didn't stop walking around. It wasn't just one time. They just kept circling from the beginning where you're waiting on someone to wait on you to the end after you finish getting your taxes prepared. They still was trying.
Mm-hmm.
Put the flyers out and everything. So there's a lot of companies out there, and not everyone is a bad startup, but there are some companies out there that's just not going to be honest with you. So you have to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone in the chat room, you guys are willing to sign up with Chime? This is my answer.
I love that.
That's my answer. Go ahead and chime on somewhere else.
And well, here's another thing people should do, and I think honestly, oftentimes we're too impulsive with our decision making. We get glamorized by the promises they make on this one website and whatever, and we're gonna sign up, or some friend referral, and we just sign up. But what we should be doing is not taking it from the horse's mouth what kind of company this is. What we should be doing is actually doing our own research and finding, first of all, I mean, just even start with the Google reviews, right? You find the company, and normally if it's an actual company anywhere, normally Google will have some type of review thing attached to it, so you could read that, or the Yelp reviews. You go to Better Business Bureau, see if there are any complaints out about them. Take a look at them and see how long they've been out, because just because there's no bad reviews and there's no Better Business Bureau claims against them, well, if they've only been around for 8 months, that's not really a solid track record when it comes to banking, right?
True.
You might want to take the one that, okay, fine, there's a minimal fee to start up, but otherwise all of the other perks are the same. If they've been around for 5 years, no bad claims, really good reviews, blah blah blah. Like, we have to do some research. This is our money. This is financing, and trust me, your mortgage company, your your landlord, the electricity people, the water people, they do not care that the bank screwed you over. They don't. Even if they believe you, they don't care. Where's my money? That's all they're looking for. So it's not something to play with. And the research is right there. It's at our fingertips. Just like getting a new bank account at our fingertips, so is looking up that bank account to see, like, okay, is this a good idea or not? Probably not for me.
Yeah,
Just
I
saying.
agree with you. I agree with you. And then my last article, because I said I was only going to like stream for an hour. Um, I can't wait to have my dinner and my wine. Woohoo! Yahoo! Oh, I'm sorry. Got a little too excited there. All right. Let me get the reaction of the chat room. I'm not going to say a mumbling word. Let me just see what happens.
Oh.
Wish I had need some Jeopardy music. That's what I need, some Jeopardy
Oh,
music.
Jesus. You need some Jesus music here. Just someone needs Jesus right now. What?
Oh, wait a minute. I do. What was I thinking?
Oh my God.
I'll play a little more. Yes, it's anointed. Woo! Woo!
What?
Yes. Yes. Boom shakalaka. Come get it.
I mean, my husband did tell me he saw God once, but I don't think it was literal. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you want to ask, but I don't. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, um, she says she has the magic clit. That's and I guess because it ain't the stick, so I
Mm,
guess it's the clitoris.
mhm.
That's what she says she got going on. I guess. I guess I don't know. I'm gonna see if anyone is willing to confirm any type. But they'll let us know. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, God has anointed her with that magic stuff. That's what she say. If you want to get healed, if you're concerned with anything, I guess she's gonna take care of you. You know, that's what she
Wow.
says. Just let you see. Now she's the founder of Life of Faith and Prosperity Ministry. Ashaba Delta State Pastor Veronica has said that God gave her anointed vagina as a solution to men who have infertility problems.
Wow.
Now I don't know, you know, how many um children she has birthed. Because wouldn't she have to? I guess she wouldn't have to be the witness. They have to go to the woman that they're with, and that person has to be the witness. So how many tries does it take? That's another thing I'm wondering. Maybe I should just keep reading. Okay, I'm keep reading.
Yeah.
The clergy woman made these claims rather, while delivering a sermon during a church service. Well, I don't know where else she would do it, but okay.
Mhm.
According to her, any man who sleeps with her will be healed of his fertility problem. Now, why do it have to be him? Why can't it be the woman that man is with?
Right.
What you think about that?
Well, I wonder, right? Because not every fertility issue people can't get pregnant is the man's fault. I mean, a lot of times the woman has issues. So, like, how's that going to work? Like, no, I
Yeah,
don't know. Maybe,
yeah.
maybe she
That's why
did just
hmm, yeah,
bump clits, and then now
uh,
she's healed too. Like, how is it going to work? I'm just wondering. I was wondering.
yeah. Me too. She
Yeah.
added that her mission on earth
Oh,
is to cure fertility
oh,
problems in men, which happens anytime her body fluid touches a man's penis. Oh, yeah.
I, Char, where do you
Oh, yeah.
find this stuff?
What? What?
Oh my god. I, I, I
You
just
have to educate people. You have to let them know what's going on. That's what you got to do. You got to
look,
tell us the people.
this is brilliant. This is brilliant. That's brilliant. I, well, it's brilliant because you think about it, right? All these pastors have been in the news, right? And oh, they were released as having sex with some parishioner, right? And so it's like it's a big shame on them. Like, oh my God, how could you? Well, now we know how she could. He was worried about fertility issues with his wife. He wasn't cheating on his wife. He was just worried about fertility issues. And so he just banged the
Yeah.
past.
Now, if she was smart, but that's here or there. If she was smart, what she could have done was bottled it up like Erica
Oh,
Badu. You know, she
oh my
bottled hers up. She bottled her little stuff up. She said, take
God.
these fumes.
Ah.
Because she said fluids. She said fluids. Do you know how much? Well, that depends on the woman. That woman she could sell out. She, how the chicken dinners, the fluid tubes. She can have stuff. She really could. She can make a killing.
Mm, mm. But see, that isn't her goal, I don't think. I think her
Yeah,
goal
I
is to
agree.
be a
I agree.
whore, right? Yeah, she she wants to be able to sleep with as many men in the church as she can, and this was her way to do it, right? Well, it's anointed. You want to make sure that you get a baby? Let your husband sleep with me. Like who? What I want to know is
Mhm.
who
Mhm.
told her that she had an anointed vagina. I want to know, right? Because see, okay,
God
well, but
told
God
her.
can't. God doesn't tell you directly. Normally, in my experience, right? For example, I was told that my voice was anointed. I was supposed to sing for God or whatever, right? I couldn't tell myself my voice was anointed, right? Someone else who does this stuff, like I can't remember what position they had in church or whatever, uh, told me I had the anointing on my life, right? People have to tell you you have some anointing on your life. So I want to know who told her vagina is anointed. I want to know. Like, was it really just a dream and she decided? Um, is it because she slept with someone's husband and then all of a sudden they got pregnant? Like, I'm trying to figure out where she decided. How many people's husbands did she sleep with who were having fertility issues, who then got pregnant? Did she before she decided it's because this was her mission from God? That's why I want to know.
So you think I should, find these witnesses and
Oh my
have
God.
them come on the show? Because I could do that. I might get some witnesses and have
Yes.
them, to tell us this miracle, baby.
Yes,
You
please.
know,
Please do.
you know.
I would be so happy. I would be so happy. I cause I'm trying to figure out like you have to think about the logistics. Like how does it work? Does it have to be out in the open? Does the wife have to know? It does it have to be a secret from the wife? She can't know. I mean, think about if you were a woman, right? So if you were a woman,
Hmm.
whether you were having fertility issues or not, would you, because we know churches are normally filled with primarily women, so would you bring your husband to that church knowing that that pastor has decided her calling in life is to basically sleep with married men? Would you bring your husband to that church?
Hmm. Well, I think a poll needs to be taken. But I already have an idea that this will be talked about again later, and we'll
Mhm.
get some guys to you know let us know how this may work out for them. How they will spin this, because I really would need to hear their voice for them to spin it to their significant other. Because I'm just
Mhm.
thinking automatically that if it's all that, and if I believed her or wanted to give it a shot, she need to bottle up some of that juice, and so we can take it home.
It's just, like I just think that stuff is weird anyway. Like, why? I don't understand humans. Like I just don't understand humans sometimes. Like,
You need to go ahead, get that pass to the victory.
mm. Now, I
Anointed juices.
I will say, scarily, there is, there could be a little bit of science attached to this concept, a little bit, right? It could have happened to her before, actually, where a couple was having trouble conceiving. And then after that man started cheating on his wife with her, he was able to impregnate his wife. That can happen. And the reason why is, I mean, we know about pheromones and stuff and our natural kind of reactions to people, right? Um, and so if you think about it, something's happening chemically in your brain when you are attracted to someone very strongly, very deeply, even if it's against your will, kind of, right? Like it's not your spouse. Well, apparently, when you feel those really deep pulls, it does actually raise your sperm count, for example, raise your sperm count significantly. You're very attracted to this person. You very much, whether you really want to or not, your body wants to really impregnate this person. That's why you're so attracted to them.
Hmm.
And so your sperm count can go up dramatically. Now, I don't know of this happening the same way for women, although I do know that the higher your attraction rate is, obviously you're more likely to orgasm. Orgasm pulls sperm up closer to the egg, but your body actually will kill off sperm that it doesn't like. So with that being said, yeah, no, it will. It will send to like almost destroy your cells out to kill that sperm. So I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that's happening that we're totally unaware of in our bodies. So, I'm not saying that she didn't see this connection happen to her before. Guys who were so attracted to her, they cheated on their wives. That raised their sperm count, which in turn helped them actually impregnate their wives. Because they may not have been impotent, but their swimmers weren't really excited to get up and do their jobs. Fine. I can see this having a scientific basis. I can. I cannot see how this has a religious basis. I can't. And the reason why is because if you are a Christian, then fornication is not a good thing. But for sure, adultery, thou shalt not commit adultery. It's one of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not commit adultery. I cannot see God anointing anyone's vagina to get hundreds, thousands, I don't know, however many people to commit adultery with her. And as an adulteress, I can't see an adulteress who's happily promoting her adultery being someone who's anointed by God. I'm confused about that connection. Like and I'm confused how anyone believes this. Like she's a pastor. That means she has a church. That means people come there and follow her. Like, what? Like, what?
She doesn't care if you believe her or not. She say you can choose not to believe her. She don't care.
Wow. Well, she's smiling. She's very happy. Listen, this woman never goes to bed unsatisfied. Okay. She always got something in between her legs. Always. Always. Right?
No,
It's
no pun
anointed.
in, no pun intended.
See, because you can see the hustle, right? Because if her vagina was anointed to, I don't know, something else that is like only for the man's benefit, right? Can't really necessarily get a woman on board with that. But you know what? If you let your husband sleep with me, you're going to be able to conceive a baby. Now, that is another thing, right? That's actually, interestingly enough, I mean, there's even stuff where when you're in competition for a man, you are actually more likely to get pregnant easily, interestingly enough. So I mean, there are, like I said, there's a science behind it, kind of supports it. Sadly, that's not to say anybody should do this. No, don't do this. Her vagina is not anointed by anything other than her damn whore self. Okay? No. No.
But
No.
the church was,
No. It's a hard job, but someone's got to do it.
bang, bang, bang.
Oh my Lord Jesus. I worry. I worry for humanity all the time. I really do.
Well, thanks everyone for coming through. Um, I wanted to just do some articles, some reaction. I call them reactions, and did that for an hour. Appreciate you came through on a Saturday. Could have been any place, anywhere. Thank you for those that contributed to the channel. I appreciate it. $10 a go, and StreamYards will be paid for the month. Woohoo! Oh, I'm sorry, I was excited, but yeah, I am excited. I must say, because hey, I give the people what they want. So people contribute, so they must want it, and I accept that, and I appreciate you all. Um, thanks for the jokes in the chat room. They were funny. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next Friday.
All right. It's definitely a good time. I hope we get to do this again soon, because where you find this stuff, I will never know or understand. It is always incredible. Thank you, Char. Thank you.
You are welcome. And with that, folks, peace. See you
All
next
right.
week.
Cheers, y'all.